All right, we are live. Welcome to today's training, building a successful YouTube channel for beginners. I'm going to give people another minute or so to jump in here inside the webinar room, give everybody a chance to make sure they got all the tech gear all set up, ready to listen, ready to learn, ready to take some notes. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I'll do an intro here in a second, so just give everyone another minute or so and then we will get started. So if you know anybody that can benefit from learning YouTube, getting started on YouTube, some steps that you can take, some actionable steps that you can take away from today, like literally after we get done, you can actually go and start to implement some of these things. Make sure you tag them and invite them to the broadcast, and we'll get started in about another 60 seconds. All right, I see everybody's jumping in. Awesome. If you're here live, let me know that you're here in the chat. Definitely feel free to ask questions as we go through this. Let me know where you're watching from. Definitely love interaction when I do trainings and live streams. I see Miss Carmelita. I hope I'm a butcher your name. I'm sorry, but I see you in here in the chat. And then definitely as you guys jump in, let me know where you're watching from. We're going to definitely do some back and forth tonight to make sure we get some questions answered for you all. And again, if you're just jumping on, making sure that you definitely walk away with some information that you can use to start growing your YouTube channel right after we get off this webinar, so you can actually take some steps towards growing your channel, growing your brand, growing your business using this particular platform. I see Terry jumping in. DC's here. Awesome. So let's jump into tonight. I'm going to kind of walk you through how we'll flow through tonight's webinar here. So we're all right, there we go. So we're going to start off with an icebreaker question to see where you guys are at in YouTube land. Then we're going to do about 45 minutes of training. Then we're going to do 15 minutes of Q&A. Sometimes I do Q&A throughout the webinars, throughout the training. So if it's something that's related to what I'm talking about at the specific time, chances are I'll answer it right then and there. Otherwise, we'll do a large Q&A towards the end. And those of you all that would like additional training past this, there will be a special offer for you all. This is going to be another second round of YouTube training, and we'll talk about that once we get to the end for anybody that's interested in that. So to kind of start off with an icebreaker, let me know in the chat, who are some of the favorite people that you follow on YouTube? Who are you subscribed to? Whether that's people that have channels that you inspire to have a channel similar to, or maybe it's just someone you just follow because of their personal brand. Maybe it's a business that you follow. You just like the content that they're putting up on a regular basis. I want you to let me know in the chat who you follow, what channels you follow. Because as you begin your YouTube journey, chances are you're going to migrate to some of the strategies and tactics that they use, because it's one of the reasons that you actually follow them. So let me check the chat, make sure I keep this chat wide open tonight. So let me know in the chat some of the channels that you actually follow, the ones that you actually like. What's going on, Yvette? I see you from New Jersey. I see Chris from Maryland. What's going on, Chris? All right, so let me know some of the channels that you guys watch, because your interaction definitely helps me know how to teach you guys tonight. And if you're driving, definitely don't text and drive. All right, so I see A Banner Vision, David Banner. Okay, Danielle Pierce. Okay, I know Danielle. Your Black World, Patty Jackson. Okay, so you got quite a few people on there that you follow. Who else? What other channels do you guys follow out here on social media, or in YouTube specifically? I like the channel called The Future. It's one of my favorite channels. I like Live Streaming Pros. I love those guys over there. They teach a lot of tech gear. What's going on, Mr. Chris Gloss? All right, you guys are quiet tonight. All right, I'm gonna have to create my own energy. All right, I don't want this training to be boring, so you guys you gotta talk back to me in the chat. Some channels you follow. Chris says Ravens. The Orioles, you follow Live Streaming Pros too? Awesome. Gold channels, Propello TV, but more in organization. Okay, awesome. This information definitely helps. Cool. All right, so let's go through this. So one of the reasons that I really jumped into YouTube now is because I knew that it was a platform that I could leverage, but I also thought that maybe it was too late. And if anybody has thought it was too late to start on YouTube in 2020, I'm definitely going to dispel that theory, because it's definitely not too late to get started in 2020. YouTube is one of those platforms where it can seem intimidating, especially because you have to show your face. It's one of those platforms where it's easy to put yourself out there and have to deal with criticism if people don't like your channel or they don't like the content you put up. And then those of us that over critique ourselves. So there's a lot of different reasons why some of us might not want to jump on YouTube. But one of the main reasons is a lot of people just think it's too late, and it's really not. So those of you that are brand new to me, my name is Monty Weaver, and I started growing my personal YouTube channel this year, January 2020. I finally decided I'm going to grow my channel. I had about 126 subscribers at the beginning of the year, and those subscribers were pretty much random people. I would upload a video here and there about different stuff I was doing. People would subscribe to the channel, but there was no type of consistency. I was definitely not building a channel. I didn't have that in mind. I was just putting content on YouTube. But in the first 90 days of this year, it really started to grow because I started to focus on it. Got up to 950 subscribers and was getting over 12,000 views on my YouTube channel. So it was growing pretty quickly. And when you go out and you seek out to try to grow any of these social media platforms, you really want to not just try stuff. You really want to have some type of process to actually grow the channel, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. It's just not creating content to put it out there. We want some type of return off of it. And so over the last 5 months, though, my channel has literally exploded. And I thought it was too late to start in 2020. But we have seen, myself and my team around me that helps me with videos and content, I've been able to generate revenue from YouTube and grow to over 6,400 subscribers. I'll hit 6,500 by the end of the night, I'm sure, the way the subscribers are coming to the channel. And then being able to hit over 100,000 plus video views. Now, I want to put some context around that, because that's a lot more attention that I have on this channel in 5 months than I have on all of my social media channels combined over probably the last 5 years. So it's pretty amazing how the subscribers are people that are not necessarily family, they're not necessarily friends, but they're people that are interested in the content that I'm putting up. And so that's a big reason that YouTube might be a viable option for you all, is because the people that really want what you have are going to seek you out versus trying to put a message in front of them that might not pertain to them at that particular time. So if this looks familiar, let me know. If anybody does a lot of Facebook Lives, you have a storage library of videos. I literally went through and screenshotted some of the videos, some of the content I put on my personal Facebook page. And I can easily say that there is nowhere near those 12,000 video hours versus views on my Facebook channel. This is a lot of content that I've put up over the past few years, and this is only touching the surface. And the result of that is really just a lot of time and a lot of energy spent and not a lot to show for it. There's a lot that goes on when you try to do a Facebook Live. If anybody knows that, you set up, you prepare, you create the content, you have to distribute the content, and then you wait for people to respond if they respond. And it can be frustrating when you think you have the best content, you put out the best information, and no one actually responds to it. So that's a reason that YouTube is one of those options where at least if I put out the information and the content, it just lives there and people can find it at the time that works best for them. Maybe what I'm talking about isn't the best timing for them, but on YouTube, when they're looking for it, I would rather them find me there. So one of the reasons that the other social media platforms can hinder you is the fact that there's just a limited reach in general. You know, the way I'll use Facebook, for example, just because I'm heavy on Facebook. I know a lot of people use IG a lot too. But one platform I know everybody's using is YouTube, regardless. But there's limited reach on a lot of the platforms. And when you go live or when you make a post, not everybody's going to see it. Only a handful of people really see what you're posting because they're consistently following you. But there's a much larger audience than just those handful of people that follow us directly on social media. I know I have close to 5,000 Facebook friends, but I know a great majority of it never see the information I post. And even the people that do follow me, they don't even see the information I post. And they'll reach out to me and ask questions, and I'll direct them to the Facebook page, and they say they never saw the post. So there's a limited reach. The notifications just aren't being sent out to everybody. And that is a big deal breaker when you're trying to get your message out there and you're relying on platforms to help you do it. These are great platforms, but we definitely want them to work on our behalf if all possible. And then I was responding to somebody's question. They were like, why don't people buy? You know, it was a generic question. Why don't people buy? And the response I gave them was, you know, people don't care about your message right now. So if they don't need the service that you're offering right now, it doesn't mean that they will never need it. It's just the timing is not right. And so YouTube is one of those platforms where you don't have to worry about timing. You know that you can put up a video, put up a piece of content, and that content will probably still be relevant a year from now, especially if you have a product like a course, a digital product. You know, those things don't just go away overnight like they do on a 24-hour IG story, or, you know, after you make a couple posts on Facebook, nobody actually scrolls down to see that two-hour webinar training you did on Facebook. But YouTube is one of those platforms where they'll actually find you. And so I got to this road last year where I had to just either commit to YouTube or not commit to YouTube. And just by seeing other people in my industry, they were killing it on YouTube. Like, their audience was much larger. They were making way more money. They had way more influence. They had way more opportunities because they were more well known on the platform. And any platform that you can get well known on will definitely give you some attention. And so I decided to jump over to YouTube. You know, one reason is because I use Google a lot for search engine traffic, so I understand how that works. But YouTube is really the second largest search engine in the world. If you think about how many times we go to YouTube a day, I want you guys to let me know in the chat, how many times have you been on YouTube today? How many searches have you actually done on YouTube today? We go there quite often. If we're looking for information, we're going to YouTube. So, you know, we're looking at the information we both want to look for, and we're also looking to be entertained on YouTube. There are a lot of people that create channels that don't give necessarily information. It's just entertainment. So there's a lot of reasons that people are on YouTube. And if you can get in front of all of these people on the second largest search engine in the world, I think the last numbers I saw were 2 billion active users on YouTube. That's a lot of people. And for those of you all that have, actually have international audiences, this is the best place to be. And if you want an international audience, this is definitely the best place to be. And I'm going to show you here in a little bit. I received your YouTube notification because I follow your channel and your email. Yep. So those YouTube notifications definitely go out like they're supposed to. So what's going on, James? I see you here. So it became to a just do it mentality for me. So that's what I'm going to walk you guys through tonight. Is if you want to get started on YouTube, I'm going to give you a roadmap of how to get started to help you grow your channels quick. If you guys want to learn that information, definitely hang out for the next 45 minutes here. All right. So the strategy that I'd like to use, and I'll come jump on camera real quick. The strategy, this audio to stay. There we go. All right. Got to get that audio to stay. The strategy that I used was one where I didn't feel comfortable with at the beginning, because a lot of times when we create something and we attach value to it, we don't necessarily just want to give it away, because we have a value behind it, and we feel that that value, that price value, is more important than just giving away to build an audience. But I want to challenge you all to think about what it is that you can provide information around. Even if you have a brick and mortar business, what can you provide information around? And I was talking to a lady yesterday. I'm helping install a live streaming setup, and she owns a dance studio. So there's no online tangible product. But to build that YouTube audience, for a dance instructor, things are closed right now. But one of the things as we were leaving, I talked about, I noticed her shoes, and she was telling me how important the shoes were to her for dancing. And I was like, you can create a video around the shoes, the best shoes for dancing. It doesn't necessarily translate into sales of dance classes, but there are people that want that information. And the more views, the more people that see you as the authority figure, then the more opportunities you have to leverage other parts of YouTube indirectly. When I get into the monetization piece, you'll definitely see what I'm talking about here. So where do you start on YouTube? If you have no audience right now, I highly suggest you do the give it away strategy. You take your best information and you put it on YouTube. You take what people are looking for right now, because everybody is on YouTube looking for something, looking for answers, they're looking for content, they're looking for entertainment. There's so many watch hours going on right now, and you give away your best content that you can possibly give away, because this audience has no idea who you are anyway. Okay, this is the fastest way to build credibility on YouTube. So a prime example, and I'm glad when I get to like course 3 and course 4 and have a new round that people come through, so I can use other examples. But I have to show you my example for right now. So when I started teaching, okay, let me see. All right, how about now? Let me know if the audio is better now. I'm going to have to do all pre-recorded trainings here soon. All right. So when I first started out, I've been teaching live streaming for quite some time. 3 to 4 years I've been teaching live streaming. And so what I did was create a video around live streaming, how to do it, free information, 20-minute video. And when I created this video, it was just to create a video and put it up because I knew people were looking for it. But what happened as a result of it was almost 100,000 people or 100,000 views have happened on this one video. Now, this is something I've talked about for 3-4 years, and it wasn't only until the last few months here, or actually 2 months ago, March 15th, you can see there, that I did this video. So there is a lot of people that were looking for this, but the same content I put on Facebook, I put on Periscope, I put out there into the cyberspace world, but it wasn't until I put it on YouTube that I actually got traction off of this video. So there are a lot of people that were looking for this content. So I want you to think about what it is that you can share, your best information that people are looking for, but maybe they just haven't responded on other platforms, being able to respond on this YouTube platform. And as a result, this video got ranked in the top 5. If you do a search for live streaming for churches, you'll see my video in the top 5. And I was not trying to get it in the top 5 section because as a small YouTuber, if you have no audience, getting on the front page of a YouTube search is very difficult. So you have to use a different type of strategy. And that's what I want to talk about here in about 2 slides. And because YouTube is also tied to Google, my video is shown in the Google searches as well. So now I've been able to put the content on a platform that people are actually looking for it, be able to get it to rank really high so people can see it, and then be able to tap into Google. And we all know how Google is, okay? Google is the best. It's doing it again. I don't know why it's doing it again. All right, how about now? I just turn it off and turn it on. Is it still doing it? Is it still doing it? No change. No change. I don't know. I got my speakers on here and I hear it just fine on my end. Alright, well, audio issues. I didn't do anything different. I didn't change anything. I literally didn't click anything. I don't know. Alright. No, I'm not doing anything with mix minus. I'm not even running through the mixer. I'm not doing anything. All right. I'm going to try to get through it. If I don't get through it, then I'll just share with y'all a link to sign up for the course. That's how simple I'll keep it. But I'm not touching anything. All right. We'll keep going. So getting on the front page of Google is something that you want to get to, especially if you don't want to pay ads, because to get onto the top of any of these platforms, you have to pay money. You have to pay for search traffic. You have to pay to get seen. But if you can do it organically, that is obviously the best way. It's the far less expensive way. And you start to build this credibility a lot faster. So in order to get to the first page, there's a strategy that you can do of piggybacking. And piggybacking is just looking at your competition. What videos are people already looking at? And you really just follow the leaders. You create videos around videos that are already getting views. What I tell people is to don't try to create something for YouTube. Don't try to think of what you want your video to be about. You take that best topic that you can give away, like I previously stated, and then you go into YouTube and you find other creators that are talking about the exact same thing. And you create your video around that exact same topic. So as you can see here, the suggested videos, my video is suggested by YouTube. And that's how I try to get all my videos now. It's just to get them suggested by YouTube rather than trying to create something. So if you look at these videos, YouTube, the backend will tell you who is suggesting your videos and where your traffic is coming from. And my number one traffic source, or I'll say the top 5 traffic sources right there, have accounted for 60,000 of those views. So what that means is someone saw one of those 5 videos and then they saw my video. YouTube suggested that as a result of them watching one of those videos, they should watch my video. And this traffic is worldwide traffic. I cannot believe how many people from outside of the US watch my videos. Literally, I think it's like a 52% of my views come from outside of the US, even though my target market is inside the US. But it creates this additional audience that you never had before. And so you have to keep them in mind. And so I started this rinse repeat revenue model, and it's basically being able to rinse and repeat of creating content around other videos that already exist, that are already doing well, that already have thousands of views on it, and then creating revenue off of those videos, being able to monetize the channel directly through YouTube, which is called Google AdSense, and then indirectly through products, services, and affiliate sales. Anything that you offer, anything that you recommend, those are great ways to drive revenue off of your YouTube channel. And this is even if you have a brick and mortar business, because you can talk about the products and the services that you offer, or the how-tos to actually do what it is that you do, and create this channel that pays you. It's almost like having your own TV station. They pay you for viewership. That's how the networks work. And so one of the very first comments that I got after I had posted that video that has almost 100,000 views right now is this lady, Debbie. She said, "Oh my goodness, I just found all the links that you provide. Thank you. Also, I signed up for your live streaming boot camp." Now, I had totally forgot the fact that I had put all my links in there, just all my website information. And as a result of her just seeing it in YouTube, she went and she bought the course. Now, the thing I love about YouTube is the fact that I have no idea who Debbie is. Debbie watched the video. Debbie saw credibility. She took the information that I gave her on that video. She implemented it, and then she wanted more information, so she bought the course. And I didn't have to sell her the course. I just put up a video. And then I also get emails, inquiries, consultation requests. So this is a great way. These people don't know who I am on a personal level. All they know is my YouTube persona, right? They just saw a video, saw the value, and then they started buying, they started reaching out. So I created this other video here, and what I did was piggyback my own video. So I saw my video was doing well, and I created a video right behind that, because if they watched that first video, I knew this one would be just as valuable to them because the content flowed together real nice. And this video came out 14 days after the first one. So 14 days later, 22,000 views. And this one generated direct revenue. So I only talked about a product that I use. That's all I did in this video. And I just walked them through how to use it. So I want you to think about all the different things that we use, all the things that we buy off of Amazon, all the things that we buy from Walmart. People want to know information about products before they even use them. So we go out to YouTube. We try to figure out the likes, the dislikes. You know, one of the things I'm doing now is I bought getting ready to buy new office chairs, and I'm going to YouTube to look for what people like in their office chairs, which ones they like, which ones they don't like, before I actually make a decision. And if you can refer people to the stuff that you like, that is another revenue source for you. So as you can see, I'm gonna go back. March 29th, this video came out. If you look at December, January, and February, there was nobody that bought this product as a result of me telling them on Facebook or Instagram or any other platform. But when I made the YouTube video at the end of the month, there was 3 people that actually signed up, and 2 of them actually became customers of this service that I just simply recommended on my channel. And as you can see, it's gone up quite significantly, and I've only made that video one time. I've only had to talk about it one time. I have not done a video on that particular service after that. So generating over $2,000, and it continues to go up from talking about one thing one time. YouTube is a great platform. So building your channel on YouTube, you want to understand SEO, that what people are looking for. That's essentially what SEO is. And you want to make your videos searchable. You want to make them around topics, around ideas in your industry that people are actually looking for. You want to research titles, okay? Descriptions, tags, thumbnails. We're going to get deeper into this part of it here as we go through. And I want to walk you through steps to creating a winning video. And when I go through this, I want you to go back later on after this webinar to the channels that you actually watch consistently and watch how they implement all of these things to get views on their video. And that's why they have a lot of subscribers. That's why you guys are on here, to learn how to pretty much do the exact same thing. So SEO for YouTube, and as you can see, I'm stressing this point hard, is what are people looking for? We want to create videos around what they're looking for, and we want to upload content regularly. If you cannot commit to at least uploading one video a week, don't start going down this YouTube journey yet, okay? You want to be able to at least upload one video a week consistently. Otherwise, you're just going to spin tires and not get anything accomplished in YouTube, okay? You want to provide engaging content, getting people to leave comments below, asking them questions, asking for their suggestions. People love to give their opinion. So every time I go through do my videos, people will have additional questions. They'll ask certain things. Can I do this better? So they'll give you their opinion. They'll hit that like button. You ultimately want them to subscribe to your channel, so as you release more information that they're going to show up. So if you want your videos to be seen, YouTube wants you to upload consistently to keep people on their platform. So definitely commit to that if you want to go down this journey. Researching your subject and then creating a video based on the market demand. What are people looking for right now on YouTube? All right, let's jump into your titles, okay? So we're going to go take our time and go through the titles here. Titles are priority, okay? Now, what your subject of your video might be different from the actual title themselves, but your title is what's going to get your video found. So you have to nail your title. One of the things that I looked up a couple weeks ago was how to cut hair, okay? A lot of us looked up how to cut hair because we had no other choice. We had no other option. And if you wanted to grow a YouTube channel, you didn't even have to be a barber. You didn't have to be a stylist. All you had to do was create a video about how to cut hair. So if you already knew how to just do it yourself, you could have got thousands of views and subscribers to your channel, all because you created a video of what people were looking for. And as you can see in that drop down search, when you start typing in certain words in YouTube search, YouTube suggests titles. Essentially, they're suggesting videos to the end consumer, but they're also suggesting titles to us as creators. The first one says how to cut your own hair. Don't make this any more complicated than what it is. You would literally create a video that says how to cut your own hair. That's the number one search right now. Well, at the time of the screenshot. And as you go down, how to cut men's hair. So number two, you create one video that says how to cut your own hair. The second video you would create is how to cut men's hair. You are guaranteed to get search volume there because that's what people are actively looking for. It didn't say how to cut boys' hair. It didn't say how to cut girls' hair. You want to actively type in what people are looking for. All right, audio. All right, are we back again? Are we back again? All right. So let's go. So creating titles. So create titles around what YouTube is telling you to create the titles for. Okay. This is your organic search. This is what people are actually looking for. Descriptions. Same context, same idea here is around cutting hair. So in your description, you literally want to take that title and put it in your description again. You see here, it literally says how to cut your own hair. Those same keywords are the exact same keywords that you want to put in the first or second line of your description. Don't put it in the third line. Don't try to put it in the fourth line. Figure out a way to restate that exact same title in the first two lines. Because if you go and you do a search on your mobile device, then you can see the title, and in some cases you'll see the first two lines of the description. You'll definitely see it on your desktop. So that's what we're optimizing for. You have to keep in mind that people are on both mobile and desktop, and the more of the title that you can state earlier in your description, the better off that you'll get your videos found. Stay away from using numbers. So like if I said the 5 steps to growing a YouTube channel, that's not a good title. It sounds great. It looks great, but it's not searchable because nobody is going to YouTube and typing the number 5 steps to growing your channel. They're typing in how to grow my channel, steps to grow my channel. They're not typing in that number. So you could put the 5 steps to growing your channel at the end of your title, but you don't want to lead with that information because you want these videos to be found and not just have great titles. Okay. So let's go to tags. Now, tags are different ways to restate your title just in a simpler form. A lot of people like to use tags in the titles, which I don't understand why, because no one types in hashtag searches like that, at least not at the volume at what YouTube is actually pushing back results at. But your tags are very important as well, because tags are variations of the title, and YouTube will auto suggest videos based on tags. So if you have other videos that are closely going to be related to how to cut hair, you could do how to cut hair for boys, how to cut hair for girls, how to cut hair for women. But how to cut hair is that word that you're really keying on the whole entire time, because that's what you want your video to be found for. So YouTube gives you 500 character spaces. I always suggest using as many of those character spaces as possible, because this is just another way to get your videos found. It's using the same keywords over and over and over again all throughout your video. I'm not going to get into audio in this particular training here, but as you speak words, YouTube recognizes the words that we say, so that helps you as well. Fourth step you want to do is thumbnails. Okay, we click on videos because of how they look, that catchphrase that we see, those quick little animated, or not animated, but those emotional triggers that we see when people express different emotions on their face: angry, happy, sad, shocked. So these are different facial expressions that you can put on your thumbnails, because it causes people to click the button, and that's what you want them to do. If once your video is found, if you get it in the top 5 ranking, that's great, but it has to get a click. Otherwise, YouTube will consistently start to drop it down. So your thumbnails have to pop. So if you have a specific brand color or a brand theme, those are the videos those are the types of things you want to consider when you're creating your thumbnail. So again, after you get off this training, look at the thumbnails before you even click on the video, and just think about, what was it that made me click? Was it the colors? Was it the font? Was it a facial expression? Those are the different things that make us click. Okay. So you want to grab your attention clearly. You want to write big text. I love writing big text on there. So if you wanted to do those 5 steps to cutting hair, you would write 5 steps to cutting hair on the thumbnail and not in the title. All right. All 4 of these are key points that you have to use to grow your channel. If you have no following right now, you have to use all 4 of these. So there's some thought that has to go into actually creating videos and thumbnails and titles that actually get clicks. We don't want to go back into what I showed you at the beginning with all this content that we're creating, but nobody's actually finding it. So if you want to do that, stay on the other platforms. If you want to get your videos found, come on over here to YouTube. So let's create a winning video, the actual video itself. There's 3 parts that I like to separate my video. Now, if you're doing entertainment, this can be a little bit different, but I like to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. A beginning, essentially just introducing yourself. As a new creator with no following yet, people don't know who you are. So it's a good thing to just tell people who you are at the very beginning of your videos, what it is that you do, who you are, who you do it for. Then the middle of your video is giving the information, giving the content, giving that value. And then the end of your video is the wrap up, maybe going back over your 3 points really, really quickly, really precisely. And then also telling them to subscribe to your channel, giving them the call to action to subscribe if they like the information, telling them to leave questions in the comment section. Getting that feedback from your audience, because the more that people engage on your video, the more that YouTube will promote your video and help you rank. Getting views on YouTube. More videos being watched than ever before, so there's no reason not to create videos. A lot of us, I'm looking at the chat of those of you all that are on here, already have content, and one of the strategies that you can use rather than trying to start from scratch and creating a brand new video is just taking the video that you already have, at the beginning of your video saying, hey guys, I did this video on my other channel and I wanted to share it with you. And then it does a cut right to that video that you did. So you don't have to necessarily create brand new videos for YouTube. It's just that initial introduction and then grabbing an old video that you might have did 2 years from now or 2 years ago, and then adding that as the second part of your video, and then at the end of it coming back and telling people thanks for watching, subscribe if you want to see more information like this. So you have a lot of different strategies you can use with existing information, existing videos that you've already done before. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a little cheat code to helping you create great titles, and if you're stuck on what you can create videos around, there's a plugin that's called Keywords Everywhere, and I'm going to put that in the chat. Hopefully my keyboard works since my audio doesn't work. So Keywords Everywhere. All right, I'm going to put that in the chat. And what Keywords Everywhere allows you to do is look at the overall search volume for particular words. So if you want to create a video, it's definitely nice to know that people are actually looking for videos in a certain genre. So this little screenshot that I have here, the second, or I'll go to the third one, it says search engine optimization. That was getting 823,000 searches for the month. So that's a nice size audience that you can advertise to, versus at the very bottom where it says searching, only 58,000 people were looking for that search term, which is still a lot of people. It's probably more than a lot of the subscribers that we have on our other social media platforms. So we wouldn't mind 58,000 people seeing our content. But you can see where people are searching, what the volume of searching looks like, versus just creating a video again and nobody seeing it because they simply wasn't anybody looking for that type of video. So that's a great tool to leverage, that Keywords Everywhere, to see what the search volume is like. You can use that on Google. So anybody that does run Google ads, check that out on Google as well. I want to show you my stats. I can't wait to show off some other stats of people that come through later on here. But as you can see, between January and March, I'm in the same spot as you. So if you have very little YouTube traffic, then I was in the same spot as you. That gap in time was probably about 40 videos that I consistently uploaded. YouTube wants you to upload videos, and they will favor you once you're consistent. So don't think this is going to be an overnight success when just following some of those steps that I kind of went through here. You've got to upload the videos, and YouTube wants to see that you're actually uploading videos and content. I was shooting in a 4K camera. I was shooting on a microphone that actually worked. I had good lighting, but as you can see, I did not have a lot of search volume going on. It wasn't until I started piggybacking videos that did have a lot of search volume where my videos started to get seen. Okay. This also is for subscribers. That the first one I showed you was just views. This is how many people were subscribing to my channel, about 1 to 2 a day, which isn't a lot of people. So I can do 1 or 2 a day on other platforms, but we all know how many people are on YouTube, and the famous people that we follow have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and even tens of thousands of subscribers would do pretty well for a lot of us. And I'm going to show you some more numbers here in a minute. So if you're ready to go all in on YouTube, I'm going to offer those of you all that want some advanced training where I actually have a microphone that works, because we'll be in Zoom instead. But I just got finished wrapping up a 6-week training where we went in depth, and we spent 6 weeks going through YouTube, and we went through how to set up your page properly. And a lot of times when we set up our accounts, we don't set up all the things we actually need to set up. And so we walked through how to actually set that up properly. There are tags in your actual setup so that you don't have to repeat a lot of copying and pasting to all your videos. It makes things a lot faster. We're going to do training. Not only are we going to do, well, I'll get to that in a minute, but I have video courses that will be all uploaded here next week by the 8th of June. So there's be a full video training course that you can go through. It'll be self-paced that you can go through. I'm going to give you some additional software tools that you can use to create thumbnails, to create those graphics, and some other suggested softwares where you can actually see what people are actually looking for, so you can know which videos to create. And then also some of the tags to use, using the exact same tags. Tags are not proprietary. Anybody can use the same tags. Go through some strategies of creating the content and repurposing it for other platforms. So if you still have a great following on other platforms, we'll show you how to actually take the YouTube content and put it onto your other platforms. And then go through some community Q&A. There's nothing like getting answers to questions, getting feedback. So we have a private community that'll allow you to do that. And then we're going to do an hour worth of live training sessions. Me in the room in a small group. I'm hoping we can get less than 10 people. Any more than 10 people. We'll see if we extend it, but 10 people is kind of the number that I like to work with at a time. That way everybody has a good amount of time to ask questions, get feedback in the group. This is what I really want to do for you guys, or help get you guys going. This is my subscriber count. Right now I average about 1 to 2 video uploads a week, and consistently I'm averaging over 100 subscribers a day to my channel. So as you can see, 100 subscribers a day adds up pretty quickly, which is the reason I've gone from 126 subscribers at the beginning of the year to close to 6,500 subscribers here by the time I get off this webinar. And then generating revenue. When you put up videos, the more views you get, the more money you can make from Google and YouTube. They will pay you based on how many views you get. So for every 1,000 views, you get what's called a CPM, and that's just the amount of money that they'll pay you. And you can see there between April 27th and March 24th, made an additional $500 in revenue just from uploading videos, and people were watching it. So it's a great avenue to make additional revenue Other platforms don't pay you to post videos, so it's great. And then that video that had 100,000 views, that video was great because that had 100,000 views. But that second video that I shared with you, the affiliate program, that only had 22,000 views, and that paid me way more than that 100,000 view video actually paid out, more than what YouTube paid out. So there are a lot of ways you can monetize your channel, even if you're just getting started. I only have 6,500 subscribers. I'm not a YouTube guru, yet, but I've been able to grow a channel pretty quickly. So just trying to be, one step ahead of you all, where I know what you're going through. I literally was there a couple months ago. But you can see that YouTube video that did get close to 100,000 subscribers, it did pay out pretty nicely in courses where people actually clicked the button, they went down and they bought the course. So there are different ways that you can monetize your knowledge and monetize your actual channel. So tonight I'm going to open up enrollment for the YouTube course. We got done our first round last month. We had 8 people had signed up for that one, so that was pretty cool. That was my first time teaching YouTube. I am not a YouTube guru, but I do know how to play the social media game. And so those of you all that are interested, this is going to be 6 weeks. We're going to start June 15th, and this is a go through the video course, video lessons, and it's $497. And then I'm going to be there live as well. So if anybody has gone to the website, they know that I do charge $250 an hour just for 1 hour session. So I'm going to actually be there for 6 hours. So that way you can ask questions, and not only just ask me questions, but you're also going to get feedback from the group. You're also going to get feedback from people that have already been through the course and are, implementing some of the things we talked about now. I did a YouTube video, YouTube live, yeah. And I had a gentleman, he was watching the live stream, and he simply changed the titles to his videos, and he came back and was on my next live stream, and he said that video got more views than any of his other videos because he just simply changed the title. So titles are huge, and we're going to go through it and help you guys navigate those titles correctly. So $497, 6-week course, we're going through it. I hate these slides here, but I just have to say it if anybody wants to learn. But the discount for webinar participants, since you guys fought through the audio, is $397. Okay. This will be on Mondays. Yep. This will be every Monday. The calls will all be recorded. So if Mondays conflict with your schedule, they will be recorded. The Zooms will be recorded and put it into the course. So if you have questions, you're definitely encouraged to ask those in the group, and we'll cover those on the Zoom trainings for sure. So those will be our sessions every single Monday for 6 weeks. So if you want to sign up for the course, there's the website. I'll copy it into the chat as well. And when you get to the checkout, make sure you click on the discount code, the word discount code, and put in YT100. YT100. That will give you the discount for the course. I want to answer some questions about YouTube in general, because I do have a few minutes left that I do want to answer some questions. Even if you don't sign up for the course, I want to answer some questions to help you all on your YouTube journey. So definitely make sure you ask those in the chat as well. I'm going to show off Miss Ra's thumbnail creation while you guys think about questions. This was our thumbnail before we got started. This is her thumbnail after. I would tell you guys to vote, but I'm pretty sure I know which thumbnail you think is more attractive. So we go through. That's a big part of getting people to click on your video. I think that video now, I think she's up to 70 subscribers. She had like 16 subscribers in one day, just promoting the channel. And so that was one of the thumbnails that we switched over. My guy Glenn, one of the things we do now, work with him, is just facials. Give us a good facial picture and we'll show you how to create those thumbnails where you can put that information on the screen, get people to click. So it's not just an image that we put up there. We actually put some thought into it. You can see the social media channels up there. his website and all that good information there. And then one of the things that can be intimidating about YouTube is video editing. So we actually there's a part of the course that will go through simple video editing so that you can feel confident that your videos are going to actually look nice. We have one of the ladies, she's came through the course and she is learning video editing, and she's really going to help you all out that do not want to do your own video editing. She is making herself available inside of the group. It is a paid additional service to her directly, but video editing can be a challenging and can slow you down when it comes to getting content uploaded on YouTube. So we don't want that to be a hindrance. So there's going to be a part of the course where I actually walk you through how to do some simple video editing. But if you still would just rather record your video, all your mess ups, and just send it to someone to just get rid of your mess ups for you, you'll be able to learn how to do that. And then, of course, the different ways that you can monetize. So if you have products and services, we'll definitely go through strategies of how you can sell your products and services. And chances are you'll probably make more back from your products and services that you sell on YouTube to pay for this course than you will on some of these other social media platforms if you're having a hard time generating that revenue on those other platforms. So that's the website. That's the discount code. I'm going to jump back over here and look for some questions from you all. Editing can add up when you have to keep paying someone else to do it. Yeah, there are different ways that you can structure editing. I pay a one-time fee for editing, and it's unlimited videos. So it comes out to like, I think it's 15 to 16 videos a month, which is a flat fee. So the more I can sit and record a video, they'll edit it for me and they can get it up. So I spend more time just recording videos for YouTube. That way I don't have to pay one-offs. So you get a much discounted rate if you pay a flat fee. But again, you definitely want to record content, and that's why it's important to at least record a video a week. That way you can get a video a week up. And then you definitely want, because you'll learn how to do your own editing. But one of the reasons I started outsourcing my video editing was because the affiliate program paid for my editor now. So making that, monetizing the channel, taking that revenue and not spending it, not just buying stuff I want to buy, but reinvesting that back into my business. Part of that business is YouTube. Spending that on an editor where it allows me to record more content and get more content up there faster. And he does a lot better than I do when it comes to actually editing. So that's always good too. What's up, Claudine? Do you suggest going back into old videos and applying the keyword strategies, etc.? Yes, for sure. So if you have old videos that you've already done on YouTube, you can definitely go back and edit that video. You can change the thumbnail, you can change the titles, you can re-tag it. You can definitely go back and edit your videos. Even some of the videos that I've done this year, I've gone back and retitled them just for better search optimization. Now, any video that does take off, you definitely want to leave it alone. So if you start to get some traction on a video, you definitely do not want to touch that video because every time you're making a change and adjustment, it has to go back through the YouTube algorithm process. But yeah, you can definitely go back and change those. All right. Any other questions that you all have for me before I jump off of here tonight? All right. Alrighty. I'm glad you guys were able to fight through audio issues tonight. I'm definitely going to record a new one just because I don't like having audio issues. I'm going to redo this broadcast a little bit too. But that discount code will be available through March or through May 31st. So you have time to think about it for sure. But after May 31st, it goes back to $4.95. So if you guys got some value, definitely let me know in the chat. Make sure you get subscribed to the channel for regular videos. There's definitely more content to come, especially here on YouTube. So hope you guys have an awesome rest of your evening, and I will see you on the next broadcast.